because there's a bit of a lull in the season, right? Nothing much is going on. Apparently, Kiwi Farms just successfully trolled Nick into submission, and now he's too cowardly to stream. So all he does is watch, like, I think he just sits at home and watches Nobody Likes Onions all day, who apparently just talks about Aaron Imholt all day. So I guess it's another win for the toe. That's, of course, what Melton isn't talking about or pontificating about the applications of ethical AI CP. I mean, Nick just seems to feed him monies in the chat all day. So I guess another map added to Nick's cartography collection. So this post came up. It was a post by Housecat, and it says, "This detailed chart, complete with links, was created to outline the timeline of Nick Recator's involvement with drugs and hanky-panky activities. Given the rapid changes and various factors at play over the last 6 to 8 months, it's essential to document these events clearly to ensure there are no questions later if we need to reference anything." And I was a big fan. I'd watch almost all the streams, starting back from when Andy Warski was going to box Tonkasaur. So I have a lot of this detailed information. So I've seen him grow from about 1,000, 10,000 subscribers, all the way to 400,000, and maybe all the way back down. Who can say? I mean, I still do hope that he pulls up, but I just realize that it's very unlikely. And when did you start the hormones? I hope you're talking about testosterone, rather than estrogen. But oh no, you found me out. So we'll go through this, and when you spot the moment that you gave up, or the moment that you were like, "This is not for me anymore," let me know. I think for me, it was about maybe when he started, because I can remember some of the streams. I still tuned into the occasional stream, but it's really like, it was just like, this wasn't the same. I think around when he was talking about getting hand jobs in Minneapolis, whatever, that slipped out. But so this starts back in 2022. Oh my goodness, it's almost 3 years ago. May, June. Nick's worst day happens sometimes during these months. Confirmed July 4th. Now, Nick's worst day. This is an ongoing question in the Baldoverse saga. What was Nick's worst day? I always assumed it was like a medical problem or something, nothing too serious. Some people have said like, well, that's when Kayla cheated and this started their open relationships thing. I don't know about any of that. I figured it was just like a family thing, but it is a big mystery. And it's one of the few mysteries that we may never get an answer for. I think Aaron's been worked about this and he doesn't know. So that's the only person who might answer this. So unless Kayla or April turns, which seems unlikely at this point, I don't think we'll ever have an answer. So this will just be the ongoing mystery. And starting off with a good one. Holy shit, I can remember this one. Nick endorses mums doing OnlyFans. This was insane. So I believe all of these links had links to YouTube videos. So we might watch a couple of them, but not all of them, because that would just take forever. So imagine your mum doing OnlyFans. Holy shit. We'll take a look at this one, I think. We have to take a look at this one. Let's get started. Although I do need to unmute my desktop audio. There we go. Let me know if the audio sounds good.
Jenna Jameson married Tito Ortiz.
And I'll speed this up to 1.25.
Jenna Jameson has kids who are teenagers. Can you imagine being Jenna Jameson?
No.
Your kid goes to school. Every one of his friends sees is your mom's vagina being plowed out by like a 12-inch penis. But
that would be awful. And I think kids have actually tried to off themselves because of this.
Jenna Jameson, how does this affect you? How does it affect your kids? Do you regret what you did? Maybe they don't.
If the mother doesn't regret this, then she's a bad mother. I'm sorry. There is no way in no society that this will be okay. I'm not sure if this is the clip, but Nick talks like, I think the kids won't mind because they're going to have a gold-plated iPhone. And like, that's not going to, the gold-plated iPhone isn't going to save you when you're being beaten up and kids are showing you pictures of your mum spread eagle. That's not going to help you. It's just insane. This is like a complete divorce from reality and what people understand.
I don't know. Just a dude, not too important. Get your mom to post more anal videos on OnlyFans, YouTube. Yeah, no kidding.
So this must be back when Nick has some of his consciousness left, because he's saying this is bad, right? This must not be the right, because later on in this arc, he does say that it wouldn't be a big deal at all.
That a kid's mom in public school is on OnlyFans and everybody else finds out. when I say I wish no woman or man ever produced pornography, I mean it.
This is good Nick. This is the Nick. He escaped from our timeline. We're in the worst timeline. We need to get this Nick back from the multiverse.
And I'm a lover. I'm a lover of pornography. Addicted in many ways to it. Trying to cut back. Trying to have been cutting back, and literally have cut back, but have been in the process of cutting back for years because I'm a man, and sometimes.
All right, so this is pre-gen Nick. This will be interesting. If we can find the clip where he contradicts this statement, that'll be very fun to come back to. But yes, apparently this is called pre-gen. I watched Nick from the day he started supporting Vic. I think a lot of people came in during that arc. Like there was a big anime influx during the supporting Vic. Vic kicks back. I definitely was really on board during that time, and I was very much. I was convinced that Vic was going to win at that time. So to see such a devastating result, like Vic owning like 300, well, no, sorry, it's like 600,000, right, all up, is it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But let's see. Until the day he moved off YouTube, luckily I missed most of the G-Gen stuff. So you actually got in and out in the perfect timeline. You could just stop. You could just look away from the drama and you'd be totally fine. All right. There's an interesting thing that happens here because again, I'm still coping in this point. I still want to believe that Nick's a good boy. He didn't do nothing. He's a Chad dad, and he's just maybe got a little bit drunk and he said some bad words, right? That's what I was thinking. Because so what happens is Nick and Farron, I think Farron is in her like cat room or something. I don't know. It's a room with a lot of cat carriers. It's a lot of cats, I would say. They're drinking. She's hammered, and she thinks that the camera is like below her chest. So she leans back and starts kicking her legs. And she's wearing some short shorts, and it's very revealing. Although nothing is really shown, but too much is still shown. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I think Farron, was it Farron? I'm not exactly sure on the exact details, but either Farron or Nick messaged Alyssa Clips during this time and told them to. Was it Alyssa Clips or was it Lord No Clips? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly when Alyssa Clips came on the show. It may have been during the Clipping Wars, which was another sort of side tangent in all this, where they had Divinity said was like clipping, and I think Alyssa started after her. I'm not exactly sure. I'm a bit fuzzy on some of the details, but I think Nick messaged one of them to remove the post. And also after this stream, Farron was in contact with a guy called Nova, and Nova leaked some DMs. Which is, you should really never leak DMs, even if they are very funny. Although, there's always that like temptation, right, to get a bit of a W there. And the texts were very strange. The text said Nick was talking about swinging with Farron, right? And it seemed to me, and this is how my brain was working, because I was still huffing coke back then as well. It happens to the best of us. I was like, maybe he's just like, he's being a bit flirty. Maybe surely he's not actually swinging. This is just, it's a bit of slightly risque flirting. And the funny thing is, we watched this on my stream, my Friday stream with my friends, back when we had more of a bigger panel for the Friday streams, like 6 or 7 people coming on. But my friend BP was there, and he's like, that dude's definitely that chick. And I was like, or he's definitely trying to that chick. And I was like, there's no, he's married. He's not going to do that. He's like, he saw it straight away. My friend is very insightful. Although in retrospect, you just had to have your eyes open to see it. Unfortunately, mine was still closed. Ike Evanes says, I started following during Rittenhouse. I think a lot of people, that's like the big growth spurts for Nick's channel was, I think he started with Maddox versus Dick Masterson. And then I think he started covering Russell Greer. Then the Tonka Saw stuff happened. He really exploded with the Vic Mignogna stuff. I think that got him over 100K. And then it was kind of maybe going from 100K to 200K on random topics. There was a few other little tangents. There was the Keffel stuff. There was all the other little conversations and things like that. And then he had the big explosion with, was it Johnny? It was Johnny Depp, right? Was it Johnny Depp or Rittenhouse? Which comes first? I actually can't even remember now. Surely it must have been Rittenhouse. It would have been Rittenhouse first. I assume. Yes, it was Rittenhouse, and that was kind of the birth of Lawtube, and it was very interesting. Very interesting. I think the first 2 people that came on his stream, Nick had people on before, but like the first 2 members was Legal Mindset. Oh, I can see him in the chat. Look at that. Hey, how's it going, Legal Mindset? And Also, Legal Bites. That was the birth. The 3 progenitors of Lawtube. That's where it all started. And everything was buddy-buddy, but things didn't last very long. How sad. We didn't even know. We didn't even know. The funny thing is, though, is that Legal Bites is doing much better than Nick at this point. She's like, her channel's successful. She's getting lots of views. She's got a kid. Basically, everyone that just kept talking about legal topics did very well, especially Emily DeBaker, who really came out as the biggest winner, I believe, of that entire saga. But the funny thing was, if you talked about legal topics after you cultivated a legal audience, you did pretty well for yourself and you grew. Unfortunately for Nick, though, Ricada Law was never a legal channel. We were all just ruse from the very beginning. It was rigged from the start.